Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. And that one is downstairs. And this one is off and running. Swing and a miss.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Up the middle, and that one handled. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Here's Joe Adell. And there's the strike.
No balls, one strike.
And that's in for a strike. Abrams gets his lead at first with nobody out. Runner on the go. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
No,
that
missed.
Just misses, and a count 1-2. Runner on the go again. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Got him. And one gone. And now it's Juan Soto. That's in there. And it's 0-1.
0-1.
Runner on the go. Pitch is high. Throw. Save. One out and a runner at second. Check swing, and that's a ball. That one fouled off. 2-2. And the slider just misses. And ball 4, 2 aboard. And now Wenzel Perez.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Runners at first and second with one gone. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
That's the ball.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
That one is absolutely belted. And it one hops the wall. One runs in. Coming around third is Soto. Throw is offline, and he scores. And they lead by 2.
He was all over that one. Against good pitchers, you got to take advantage of the mistakes. That was right in his wheelhouse, and he didn't miss a stitch.
Just missed. And a swing and a miss there.
Well, he came right at him right there, challenged him with the 2-0 fastball. Not sure exactly what he was looking for, but got to imagine that's a confidence booster on the mound. You're in that hitter's head a little bit.
Adell makes the grab. Runner tags at second. Thought about third there, but throws on the brakes. 2 away now. Here's Harper now. There's a strike.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat. Drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
Line drive, full extension, makes the catch. And now the first baseman, Luis Arias. This to third. On the run, throw to first, and they get the out. Trevor Story comes up to the plate.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Donaldson, he gets a lot of swing and miss, and he keeps the ball in the yard. Not to mention the fact, not too many hits either. Donaldson winds and fires. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. Here's the left fielder, James Wood. First pitch, and he just misses. Even some of the best guys in the sport are going to give up home runs from time to time, and he's an exception.
Yeah, and even with those home runs, if you're throwing strikes and keeping base runners off the paths, then those home runs are solo shots. But to this point, he hasn't had to worry about it.
And there's a ball. You look at what the elite pitchers do. They strike hitters out, they limit walks, and they limit the ball going out of the park. Ripped on a line, and that's the third out. And we're back. Here's Nolan Arenado. Kershaw back to work. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Kershaw fires. Liner caught it second.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Into center. And it drops in. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. So up next, Bobby Grich. Late on that fastball.
0-1.
Off the mark there. 1-1.
1-1.
Varitek leads off first with 1 away. Line and a base hit into right. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds it second with 1 gone. Here's C.J. Abrams now. Reached on an infield single his first time. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
0-1.
Foul ball there. Dive, and he's got it. The feed for 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there. Joe Adell getting ready to hit. Struck out swinging his first time. Swung on, belted. Way back there. Holy Toledo. So he blasts one out the other way. It's 5-0. Juan Soto now. And that one fouled off. 2 gone, bases empty, but 3 runs across here at the top of the second. And there's a foul ball.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
That one misses, and it's 1-2.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Stays alive.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Kershaw deals. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Bottom of the second. And now the center fielder, Joe Adell. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. Adell in his 4th year, 25 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2017.
0-2.
Donaldson delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 1 down. Here's the second baseman, Jackson Holliday. He swings and misses at the first pitch.
It's
0-1. Fly ball down the line. Perez giving chase. Can't get there. This one lands foul. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Adley Rutschman. Three up, 3 down, inning over. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the 3rd inning. Now here is Wenzel Perez. And first offering is fouled off.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His 3rd inning so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Gets it to first. 1 up, 1 down. And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. On the ground to short, Story. Tosses to first, and a couple of quick outs. 2 down, bases empty. Bryce Harper, the next to hit.
And remember, he was absolutely robbed of a base hit last time up.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
0 balls, 1 strike.
In the air, out towards right center. Adele pulls it in on the run. Bottom of the inning, and here is Juan Soto. He's a left-handed batter who still comes up with good contact and a good average against left-handed pitchers. Fought off foul. All right, so you hit lefty. What makes it so hard to face a left-handed pitcher?
Left-handers, they just seem to have different arm angles, so to keep that front shoulder in there and really discipline yourself can be tough sometimes. But the guys that do it well, man, I tip my cap to them every day.
And now 2-2.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Manny Machado now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
0-1.
Popped up. Santana makes the grab. Out number 2.
Oh, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and that's just foul. The 0-2. And a swing and a miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout. As we go to the top of the 4th, here's the third baseman, Nolan Arenado. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Throws to first in time, and one gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man. Here's the catcher, Jason Varitek.
Well, a well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Slice to right, fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. The relay, not in time. He's safe.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
0-2.
The pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Man at second. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Back to the top of the lineup, C.J. Abrams. Now at the plate. In the air, left field, down the line. And that will drop foul. And that is cut on and missed. And the count is 0-2.
0-2.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out of the left center field. Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Adele at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Late swing, fouled off. Missed with a changeup, and the count 1-2.
1-2.
And that one lifted in the air, center field. And that is that. And we're back. Luis Arraez stands in. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages, working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
That one ripped. Perez makes the grab, one away.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Wood at the plate now. That's ball one. Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour.
1-1.
Way out front for strike two.
1-2 is the count. No, that's inside.
In the air, left side. Perez on the move. 2 down. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Jo Adell.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Ripped to short. To second, and he's out. They don't come much closer than that. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 5th. Here's Juan Soto. And first offering is fouled off. Soto measures 6 feet 2 inches, 26 years old, and he's usually in the outfield. Today, he's the DH.
0-2.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Now it's going to be Wenceel Perez. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Makes the catch for the out.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
He swings and fouls one off. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. 2 outs. Hard hit left side. To first, and that'll do it. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and now Jackson Holliday. Donaldson back to work. Check swing, and he went. Strike one.
You know, this group of hitters, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They've got players in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
Bounced, and that got the pitcher. Man at first, Adley Rutschman will hit next. 0 for 1 so far. The other way. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. So now the DH spot, Juan Soto. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
In the dirt. First and second here, no outs. Next offering is fouled back. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. 2 on with 1 out. Here's Manny Machado now. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off.
Here's an opportunity. If you're going to get back in this game, you have to take advantage of this situation. This feels like their chance.
Outside,
and the pitch is outside, ball 1. And Manny gets a piece. Holiday, the lead runner at second. Rutschman over at first with 1 away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's up to 7 strikeouts. Bryce Harper to the plate. He was a strikeout victim his first time. On the ground, right side. And it goes just foul. And that one hammered. That's back there. And gone. That one felt good. It's 5-3. So digging in, Luis Arias. 1 for 2. Up the middle. Oh, nice play. Gathers and throws. And that's a great play for the out. And we're back. Top 6. And now the right fielder, Bryce Harper. Hitting the air out to center field. 1 down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Arenado at the plate for the 3rd time as he comes up empty there. Lifted in the air, right center field. Harper pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. And here's the catcher, Jason Varitek. Rips one to right, and that's a fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. The relay throw. Tag out, trying to scramble back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Story now. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
0-1.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Perez puts it away for the out. And there's 1 away.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
Wood, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1.
0-1.
Late swing, foul to the left. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Well, it's a really good pass to the ball right there. Just a little bit too quick. He's got to find a way, just let it travel a hair more.
Hit hard on the ground is short. Abrams tosses to first. And that quickly 2 away. Joe Adell getting ready to hit. 0 for 2 in this one. First pitch misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
That one at triple digits. Not even close there. And it's 2-1. Outside with a breaking ball.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is...
That's strike 3, and the 3rd. New inning getting started. And now here is Bobby Grich.
Now pitching. Eric Youngday.
Ripped to short. Story sends it over to first. That's the first out in the top of the 7th. So up next, C.J. Abrams. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
0-2.
Foul ball, still 0-2. And that one popped in the air, left field. And he makes the catch. 2 down. Jo Adell, the next to hit. He's already homered in this game. Ball one
That
there.
missed. That's a ball.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Lifted in the air, right field. Harper has a beat on it. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 7th, and the batter now, Jackson Holliday. Tap foul at the plate. Late
Strike
that
two.
time, and it's strike 2.
0-2.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Strikes him out with 100. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Adley Rutschman. And strike 1 to the catcher.
So far,
It's
this guy's
0-1.
been able to tease the strike zone, gets those swings and misses. Somebody's going to have to shorten up, be a little more patient, and make this guy work in the zone a little more.
Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. And that
Nope,
just
ball.
misses.
1-2.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Up with it, fires to first. In time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike. Next is the designated hitter, Juan Soto. And that is out of play. Headed towards the corner. Perez, long run. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. The 0-2. And that
That's a ball.
skips in the dirt. 2 out, space is empty. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. And that's the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's going to be Juan Soto. Swings through the fastball up in the zone. Gagne,
0-1.
a 6-foot righty, 28 years old. And he was born in Canada. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Man,
1-2,
he really
count.
sells the changeup with that arm action.
In the dirt,
2-2.
now 2-2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. And
Ball.
takes low for ball 1. Swing and a miss. That one at 1-0-1.
1-2.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. That's down
That's
and
a
in.
ball.
1 out, base is empty. And that's in the
Ball.
dirt.
Counts full.
Smoked into left, base hit.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Adell puts it away, and there's 2 down. So a man aboard, and now here is Harper. 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch
Ball,
doesn't find the
outside.
zone. To third, handled by Machado. They get the force, and that is the inning. And we're back onto the bottom of the eighth. Now the third baseman, Manny Machado.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
And it looks like he wants to go through the signs again. Donaldson back to work. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back there. Off the batter's eye and gone. He circles the bases. It's 5-4. So here is Bryce Harper. He's already homered here in this one.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
Swing and a miss. That one at 99. That's strike one. Late with the swing there.
No balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball.
Holding on to a 1-run lead here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
That's foul.
Good eye in that spot.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Outside corner, got him looking. He can't believe it. Luis Arias digs in now. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Here's Trevor Story. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Popped up. And that is that. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's Nolan Arenado. So they turn to their closer, Ben Joyce.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swings through that one for strike 1.
1-1.
In for a strike. And a count 1-2. On the ground, right side, Holiday. And they get Arenado for the out.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
And now it's even up. And that one is lifted in the air. Adele moves under it. And it's caught for the out. 2 down, bases empty. Now it's the second baseman, Bobby Grich. 1 for 3. That's off the inside corner. Ball 1.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the 9th, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
1-1.
1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And they'll do it again. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. All set for the bottom of the 9th. Now the left fielder, James Wood. Now he steps off.
Now pitching. Andrew Miller.
Swings and misses. Strike 1.
0-1.
Headed down the line. And that drops foul. Got him swinging. He's 2 outs away. Adell now at the plate. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
It's 0-1.
And it's strike 2.
A little anxious, a little aggressive early in the count. Too much for me.
That one
That's a ball.
misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Just off the inside edge.
That's a really good take.
Ripped to third. Arenado to first in time. Now only 1 out remaining. Now here is Jackson Holliday. So now a pinch hitter, Taylor Ward.
Bringing in some thunder in a big spot, and they're hoping he can get a hold of one for sure.
Swings and misses. And it's 0-1. High fly ball down the left field line. Perez makes his way towards it. And that'll do it.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything.
now on MLB Network for
very exciting milestone. And here we go. Now it's the right fielder, Carter Howell. And we are underway. And fires in a heater at 95. Now, he clearly excelled at pitching in the amateur ranks, but the question is, will that prowess translate to the professional level? 1-2 pitch. And it's foul, and the at-bat keeps going. 1-2 offering. Goes down on strikes, and he knew he should have offered at that one. Digging in for the Flying Squirrels, Nate Furman, homered last night, added another hit as well, and a bunt towards third. Tosses to first. Quick start this evening, 2 out in the top of the first. Next to hit, Reggie Crawford. That's a beautiful backdoor breaking ball, and he had no chance at the plate. Great pitch. This one the other way, and foul ball. 2 outs, bases empty. Puts this one in the air down the line. And that's the end of the inning. Today's action is brought to you by Dr. Guy N. Emer. If your humors are out of balance, he's the one to call. Ask about specials on leeches and tree panning. Top half of the second inning from Harrisburg. Turned on, but foul wide of third. This one lifted in the air, left field. And there's one down. Some good fundamentals from the infielder as he ranged back on that play. You can lose track of where you are and start worrying that you're going to collide with the outfielder. Nice catch. Plenty of zip on that fastball. You can hear it sizzling, even from the press box. Looks sharp. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Here's a blooper to left. And it drops in. So one on now with one away. Next up, the designated hitter, Victor Barry-Cotto. 2 hits in 5 at-bats yesterday.
0-1's the count. Ball.
Second inning, no score thus far. Popped up.
I got it. Hit me.
Got it. Covered plenty of distance there. 2 away now. Now a chance for Maui Ahuna. And that one is in for a strike. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece, it stays 0-2. That one missed. Swing and a miss, got the strikeout. The high heat, too much on that one. On to the next inning. Stepping to the plate next for Richmond, the center fielder, number 18. Next pitch, in for a strike. Whether or not he agreed with the calls on those first 2 pitches, he has to focus now with an 0-2 count. Gotta protect the zone, even if it's a little larger than usual. At the plate, Quinn McDaniel. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Some nasty action on his sinker, and hitters need to force him to come up in the zone if they want to avoid chasing the low stuff. Swings through it for the K. First two batters gone in the top of the third. Back to the top of the order here. And now the right fielder, Carter Howell. First at bat was a strikeout. And the pitch. Swings through it. Way too cavalier an approach from this lineup. They seem to be swinging at everything. Got the strikeout. How about that? An immaculate... It's the start of the fourth. Coming up now to the dish for Richmond, Nate Furman. Furman stands at 5 feet 8 inches, 180 pounds, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2022. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
That's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Swings and misses. Leadoff batter retired in the 4th. So digging in, Reggie Crawford.
Ball. Nope.
This is part of why he's been on such a tear lately. He's doing a good job working the count, giving himself an edge.
2-1.
Pitch is in
Three
the
balls,
dirt.
1 strike.
That one finds the zone, and it's a full count.
3-2.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Picks up the 7th strikeout of the ball game. Here's the catcher, Max Stassi, 0 for 1 with a flyout. The hitters in this lineup have been aggressive early in the count, swinging a lot, but then when they get down, they need to be a little more patient. Maybe they take some pitches and extend the at-bats, try to get some base runners aboard. Now here's the 0-2. Struck out swinging. Big right-hander strikes out the side. We're in the top half of the 5th. Now the left fielder, Jairo Pomares. Fouls one off, out of play, back to our left. On the ground to third, collects it. Tosses to first, and the leadoff hitter set down in the 5th. Digging in for the Flying Squirrels, Victor Barry-Cotto. 2 hits in last night's game. He swings and fouls one off. The Senators up by 4. We're in the top of the 5th inning. This one to right. Dives. What a play! I love the decisive approach he took on that play. The ball was sinking quickly, and he had to make a choice to play it on the bounce or dive for it. High-risk move to lay out for it, but he made the catch. Great job. In there at the knees. No balls, 2 strikes.
2 strikes.
Fine work in this one, just 1 strike away from a 5th shutout frame. In the air, out towards right center. And that's the end of the inning. Top of the 6th, stepping to the plate next for Richmond, the center fielder, number 18. That one fouled off. He's thrown a lot of first pitch strikes, so the hitters need to be ready to swing early. It may not drive up the pitch count too much, but you know you'll have a good shot to do damage. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter here in the 6th. And he just continues rolling out there, looking really confident on that 3-pitch K. Next to bat for the Flying Squirrels, Quinn McDaniel. Struck out swinging the first time. The Flying Squirrels down by 4 runs. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Down 0-2, and now you have to shorten up and just find a way to put it in play. Maybe gonna have to fight 1 or 2 off. Got the hitter swinging for the strikeout. 2 outs opening up the top of the 6th inning. The lineup flips over. Coming up now to the dish for Richmond, Carter Howell. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. He's started this frame with 7 straight strikes. We're in immaculate inning territory. Late on that fastball. Swings and misses, struck him out. An immaculate inning. We go to the top of the 7th, and now Nate Furman. Fouled back our way, and that's out of play. Trying to bunt for a hit. And just beats it. That's a hit. Great try there. Runner at first, digging in for the Flying Squirrels, Reggie Crawford. And that one's off the outside edge. Now 1-1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball.
Liner, base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out. So here's the cleanup hitter, Max Stassi.
All 1.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
1-1.
Swings through it. The hitter's probably feeling a bit confused. The pitcher went inside twice, then he went outside. Good job mixing locations. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. There's 1 down. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a new arm into the game, the righty, number 12. And with a nice lead in hand, he needs to have an attacking mentality as he enters this game. He records his very first win. Harrell coming off his first. Coming up now to the dish for New Hampshire, Adrian Pinto. Next one's popped in the air into right. Makes the grab on the run. Devontae Brown getting ready to hit. And that drops in for a strike.
Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. 1 out and the base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And there are 2 outs. And now the first baseman, Peyton Williams. Williams, 24 years old, and he was drafted in the 7th round back in 2022. Ball 1, 2 low. 2 outs, bases empty. Keeps the AB going with the foul ball. The next pitch misses. Now 2-2. Swings through it for the strikeout. Nice job out there as he gets ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the DH, Rainer Nunez. Hit hard, should be extra bases. He turns and heads for second. Safe at second with a leadoff double. Aggressive approach paid off there. Found something he could hit. Got the center cut fastball and pounced on it. That thing was smoked. Now they've got a good shot at scoring the first run of the game with the runner in scoring position. Edge of the zone for a strike. On a cold night like this, every batter is dreading getting jammed on a high 90s fastball like that one. This one to right. And it falls! Coming around third. Here's the throw, but it's offline. Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. Great job on the 0-2 count. Clearly recognized the pitch early out of the hand and gave it a strong, balanced cut. Alan Roden, the next to hit, takes ball 1. That had to feel great for him on the mound. The batter was geared up for the heat, and he still couldn't catch up to it. Into left center for a base hit. Lead runner holds up there at first and second with nobody out. Philip Clark now at the plate. On the ground, right side, 4, 6, 3, and they turn the double play. That double play is a shot in the arm for this pitcher. He's got a chance to limit the damage in this inning now. Now a chance for Riley Terada. A little too slow on that heater. He might have been expecting something off speed. And the righty fires. Strike 3, got him swinging. Nice job. This third inning is brought to you by the law offices of Benson, Looper, and James, Third Amendment specialists. If the government's trying to quarter troops in your home without your permission, call Benson, Looper, and James for a free consultation today. He must have been sitting on something off speed. Struck out looking for the backwards K. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. Back to the top of the order here. Adrian Pinto digs in now.
That's a ball.
There's a strike. Comes up empty, strike two. That slurve was beautiful. Great break, and he was able to get the swing and miss. Gets a piece, stays alive. Out in front a bit on that fastball, and as a result, he pulled it foul. He needs to stay back and think up the middle. Picks it up and steps on the bag for the out. It's so hard for batters to do anything with arm side run like that. You're lucky just to put the barrel on it. Brown in the box with two gone and takes a look at a called strike. Ground ball to the right side. De La Cruz steps on the bag, and 1-2-3. Welcome back. The Fisher Cats at the dish in the bottom of the fourth. In 2018, the Fisher Cats won the Eastern League title behind several future major leaguers, including Jordan Romano, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Bo Bichette, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Quite a group. Line drive. A dive, and he can't haul it in. Around first, hustling for two.
Relay, hit me.
That's a leadoff double. Love the hands on that swing. Out front of the ball with the right launch angle and barrel placement to put it right in the gap for the two-back. Nunez batting for the second time, and that's strike one. Fastball for a strike. With two straight strikes on the inner half of the plate, that leaves the batter vulnerable away. Maybe something off speed. Stepping to the plate for New Hampshire, Josh Rivera. Picked up an RBI the last time up. Still their only run of the game so far. And a big swing and a miss. Down 0-2, and now you have to shorten up and just find a way to put it in play. Maybe gonna have to fight one or two off. Swings and misses. Swing went right over top of the curveball. Here's the left fielder, Alan Roden. 1 for 1 with a single so far. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Runner at second, two down. Comes up empty on the swing, 0-2 now.
0-2.
On the ground to the left, Club. Play made, that ends the inning. So one hit is all they get. On to the top of the fifth. The Fisher Cats out in front, 1-0. Bottom half of the fifth, and the Fisher Cats batting. And that's in for a strike. Throws the first, and the leadoff hitter set down in the fifth. Here's the third baseman, Riley Terada. First at bat was a strikeout. Swing, ground ball out to short. Collects it. Tosses to first. Two quick outs here in the bottom half of the fifth inning.
Now batting, the center fielder, Deshaun Brown.
Here's the center fielder, Deshaun Brown. Struck out looking the first time up. Took a little too long on the mound, and the umpire rules it's an automatic ball. 2 outs, bases empty. And that one fouled off. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. A little out front there, swings through it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nice eye right there. What a take with 2 strikes. That just misses. 3-2 now. Wow, he's showing outstanding discipline with 2 strikes. Set down looking. Picks up the 7th strikeout of the ball. We'll move on to the bottom of the 6th, and the batter will be the shortstop, Adrian Pinto. That one fouled off. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that one is foul. We'll try again. Got the hitter swinging for the strikeout. 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter here in the 6th. Devontae Brown, the next to hit. Right through there for a strike. 1 out and the base is empty. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Clearly he's confident in his breaking ball in this one. Swings and misses, struck him out. And here's the first baseman, Peyton Williams. 1 for 2.
Ball 1.
In there, and so now it's 1-2. Up the middle. Got the out on the off-balance throw. 3 up and 3 down, inning over. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, no one left. We're through 6 full innings. New Hampshire with the lead, 1-0. We're back, and a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th, Merrick Baldo. Coming into a game trailing by a small margin, and so his job will be to keep it within reach for the offense. Harrell tallied 9 punch-outs in 6 innings against just 1 earned run. Can't pin this defeat on him at all. He put them in position to come away victorious with a good start.